Welcome back, everybody. So it's April, it's time. I need to start taking down the rest of my Halloween decorations. I think this is the final bit, except for a few pieces here and there that I keep up year round, like my high voltage electrical box over here, whose battery appears to be dead. But I thought I kind of left this pirate backdrop up from my last walkthrough just because it gives a little life to our garage here, but I am a little bit tired of looking at it, so I thought I would show you not only the process of taking it down, which should be pretty easy, but kind of how we put it up in the first place. But my whole goal here when I put this up was to make it look kind of like a window. I had my garage set up as a pirate theme, and I took a photo backdrop that I just got off of Amazon for like 20 bucks. So as you can see, you get a lot of presents for $20. But I framed it. The intention was to make it look like a window. With the frame, I don't think it really does. It just kind of looks like a picture hanging up on the wall. I did think that many people would use it as a photo backdrop, but I really didn't see anybody doing that, or if they did, I just didn't notice. So I'm not sure the whole effort was worth it. It was a bit of a pricey project. The backdrop was only 20 bucks. The frame was a little bit more expensive because I thought I was buying a cheap frame at Home Depot, but I ended up buying one that was almost, I want to say it was like $1.68 or something, a square or a linear foot. So as you can see, I don't remember how big this is, maybe like 7 by 10 or 8 by 10 or something. No, it's not clearly 8 by 10, 6 by 10, I don't know. But that's a lot of linear square feet, or linear feet, which adds up quickly when you're paying by the foot. But it really is just the molding that I took from Home Depot. My original intention was to put it on just picture hangers. I was going to hang some, picture hangers up there. But I noticed that I had a couple of problems. When I assembled this, it kind of started bowing a little bit, and it wouldn't lay flat on the wall. So I did end up having to screw it to the wall. So let's go ahead and unscrew it now. I only put, let's see, one screw here. I think there's two on that side just to kind of hold it flat. I was really hoping that with the one screw on the tops that it would just be enough, but it wasn't. And I didn't want to screw anything into the wall because now I'm going to have holes in the wall that I'm going to have to deal with. But eventually I'd like to paint the garage a different color than this, so it's not really that big of a deal for me. Let's go ahead and see what happens when I take it down. All right, I probably should have done that side first since there are two. But one thing I did after I put it up, probably can't see that from way back there, but I took a little bit of white out and painted the end of the nails so that it kind of blends in and you don't see the screws. All right, well, it is down now. As you can see, it bows. And I'm sure that's probably a result of my construction technique, which let me show you what we did. From the back side, you can see I started out adhering the photo backdrop with just a heavy-duty black tape. And because we made this so far in advance and I didn't hang it up on the wall, it was really coming off. So I did end up using a staple gun about every, 10 inches or so, stapled it all the way around, and now it's pretty well adhered. You can see up in the corners that I used a bracket. Normally I would just take some hot glue, just glue the seams, wedge them together, and that's pretty sufficient to hold these things together. However, this frame is so large that wasn't really an option. So I used the corner brackets as well as the stapling of the backdrop. It really holds it all together. Using a screwdriver and a needle nose pliers, I'm just going to go ahead and take out all of these staples. Brought myself over a little bucket so that I don't lose any on the floor, which will end up in my car tires. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. I am regretting all of a sudden using so many staples, but it really is secure. And if I had a place to just keep this intact, I would, but it's time to take it down. You really have to dig in there to get it to pry up a little bit and then just pull it out. And I'm trying to be careful not to ruin the edge of the photo backdrop, but I think it's not going to be too much of a problem. Okay, I'm just about finished. I've got a few more of these to pull out. I did figure out that it's a lot easier to go around the whole thing, pry out all of the staples, and then go around and use the pliers to take them all out, rather than trying to do it all one at a time. So this whole process took, I don't know, 10 minutes at the most. It went pretty fast. So it's time to take off the photo backdrop. Looks like it's pretty clear of everything except some tape over here. Now, I did find that where there was some tape existing, it of course made it a lot easier to pry the staple out because I didn't have to be so careful. So if I do this again in the future, I'll definitely use the tape border. But let's go ahead and peel this off. Let's get this put away. Now normally I think it would be best if we could roll these up, but I don't have a method to do that, and it came shipped folded, so I'm just gonna fold it back up so we can put it away. Just gonna try and be a little bit careful. You can kind of see that there are, creases in it from when I got it. I actually got 2 photo backdrops. The first one I tried to iron out because I believe the instructions, or at least the reviews, said you could lightly use an iron and iron out the wrinkles, and because it's so plasticky, it definitely warped it and resized it, kind of. I don't know if that's the right term, but it definitely wasn't square anymore, and it was very hard to put in a frame, so I'm not going to do that. They also say you can put it in a humid area, just sort of hang it up, and it will work the wrinkles out, but I'm guessing it would have to be a very high humidity area, because Georgia here is a pretty humid place, and they're still here, the wrinkles, so I don't know. I don't know that I'll ever even use this again, so I'm happy just folding it up. Now, I still have this frame to deal with. I am going to disassemble it simply so I can store it a lot easier. And again, since I may not reuse it in the future, I may want to use the frame bits to make a frame of a different type for a different project. So let's go ahead and take out the corner brackets. You can kind of see as well, I didn't realize we did put a double set of brackets in all of these just to give it a little bit more stability, but let's go ahead and take those out. All right, last one. Now, I did not use any hot glue to hold this one together. Had I done that, you can usually just pull pretty hard and they will come apart. But since I did not use that on this one, it's already coming apart a little bit, so should be pretty easy to get down. Again, last couple of brackets, I'm keeping a Ziploc bag on hand so that I can put everything directly in it, keep it all together, so when I go to rebuild this next year, if I do, I'll have all the parts and pieces I need. No more trips to Home Depot. All right, it's about to all fall apart. There we go. I did try my best to not drop any screws, but I have. So nothing's easy. Let's do a hunt. Make sure we get them all picked up and put in the bag. This molding that I bought from Home Depot came painted white, so I really didn't have to do any finishing on this. But if you want to, you can, easily paint these. They come unpainted in regular wood, so if you wanted to stain it, you could do that. Sometimes, like in my living room, I will use some of the metallic spray paints. I've made silver frames out of this wood. I've used some of the bronze paint just to give it a little bit of extra glamour, I guess, if you're trying to make it look a little ritzier, whatever you're doing. But it's easy to do. Now I have all my 4 pieces ready to go for next year if I build some more frames. But as you can see, it takes up no room at all. And my screw holes that I was really worried about how that was going to turn out, I mean, I've got to look for them now. There's some here, I think. they're not as visible as I thought they would be. So it'll be an easy patch and touch up if I want to paint it. But even if I just leave it as it is, you're not going to see it. And maybe the new frames that I'm going to put up will cover up those holes. So be sure you stay tuned for the next video to see what we do out here. Till then, take care and happy haunting.